morning. I'm Nancy Lohr. I'm the librarian at 3 Chopt Elementary, and welcome to our kindergarten class where we're talking about fairy tales. Good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning.
So, if we can think back to before spring break, we read this fairy tale.
I haven't.
Well, maybe you were absent that week. Josiah, what's the name of this book? The Three Billy Goats Gruff. And when we looked at the elements that were in this story, it began with Once Upon a Time. Did it have any magic in it?
No.
No. Did it have any royalties or castle?
No.
No. Did things come in threes?
Yeah. Or seven.
Or sevens? Good, Elijah.
Or eight.
What came in threes?
The goats.
The three goats. And then did it end with happily ever after? No, it didn't end. Does anybody remember, this was a long time ago, how it ended? Do you remember, Adeline?
The end. And the three Billy goats got fat.
And that's right, and they got fat. And then it said, so snip, snap, snout, this tale's told out. All right. So that was the Three Billy Goats Gruff. And what lived under the bridge?
The troll.
A troll lived under the bridge. Okay.
A
A nasty troll. That's right. Boys and girls, today we're going to read another story, kind of like the Three Billy Goats Gruff. It's called The Three Silly Girls Grub. So I want you to think about some of our elements and if we can hear about these elements in this story. The Three Silly Girls Grub by John and Anne Hassett. I want you also to think about how this story is alike the other one and how it's different. Remember, we'll talk about it when we're finished, okay? Hands down. Once, there were three silly sisters named Grub. They came in three sizes: small, medium, and extra large. One morning, the three silly sisters missed the bus, so they had to cross a bridge to go to school.
There's gonna be a troll.
You think?
A boy.
In a hole under the bridge hid Ugly Boy Bobby. Ugly Boy Bobby never went to school. He was the kind of boy who ate bugs, tossed stones at cats, and drank from puddles. The muddier, the better.
Nope.
Okay. So, the smallest of the grubs skipped over the bridge on her way to school. Skippity, skip, skip. Who's that skipping on my bridge? Grunted a voice from the hole. It's little me, squeaked the smallest of the three. I'm on my way to school to count to 10 on my toes. Not before I eat your lunch, grumbled Ugly Boy Bobby. Oh, please do not, said the smallest girl. I have only one jelly donut. Wait for my sister, the medium-sized grub. She brings 6 jelly donuts for her lunch. Go, or I will stuff a toad in your sneaker, grunted Ugly Boy Bobby. The first sister ran to school as fast as her little-sized legs would carry her.
And her puppy.
Soon, the second sister skipped over the bridge on her way to school. Skippity, skip, skip. Who's that skipping over my bridge? Grunted the voice from the hole. It is middle-sized me, said the second of the three. I am on my way to school to spell bumblebee's bum.
What?
Not before I eat your lunch, growled Ugly Boy Bobby, gnashing his teeth. Oh, please do not, said the second girl. I have only 6 jelly donuts. Wait for my sister, the biggest grub. She brings a dozen jelly donuts for her lunch.
12?
I was just going to ask you that question. How many is in a dozen?
12.
12. So she brings 12 donuts. So she's like, wait for my sister. Is that kind of like the other story? Did the smallest goat, what did the smallest goat say? Don't eat me.
Wait for the other one.
Wait for the other ones. Okay. So it's similar like that. Go, or I will tangle bats in your hair, grunted ugly boy Bobby. The second sister ran to school as fast as her medium-sized legs could go. So who's going to come next? The biggest of the grubs skipped over the bridge. Skippity skip, skip. Who's that skipping on my bridge? Grunted the voice. It is big-sized me, said the biggest of the three. I am on my way to school to see itsy-bitsy teeny-weeny things under a microscope. Not before I eat your dozen jelly donuts, roared ugly boy Bobby, smacking his ugly boy lips. He hauled himself up onto the bridge. He stomped his ugly boy feet, and he shook his ugly boy fists. The extra large girl only grinned. You may have my dozen jelly donuts, she said, but first I will plant a dozen mushy kisses on your little boy nose. The biggest girl puckered up her extra large size lips, and what happened? Ugly boy Bobby leaped from the bridge. He ran off to school as fast as his ugly boy legs could go, and he never missed school again. Nowadays, ugly boy Bobby is just called Robert. He can count to 10 on his fingers. He can spell bumblebee's bum, and he can see small things under a microscope. If he wears his glasses. What are they on? They're on the bus. So boys and girls, Spink, Spank, Spinach. The story is finished. Good job. Okay, just a minute. So I want to talk to you about a few things. They used a word in this book that isn't very nice when we're talking about boys and girls. Josiah, you're exactly right. We don't like to use that word ugly when we're talking about children, right? So they weren't talking about the way he looked. They were talking about some of the things he did, right? Like drinking out of what? Mud puddles. That's right. Yucky. So that's really what they were talking about. That's right. So let's look at some of the elements of our three silly girls grub. Did it start with once upon a time?
Yeah.
Do we need to go back and check?
No.
I don't think it did. It just says, once there were three sisters. Did it have any magic in it?
No. Jack and the Beanstalk.
So far, Jack and the Beanstalk did have magic. Did it have any royalty or castles?
Nope.
It did not. Did things come in threes or sevens? Three what? Three sisters. And did it end with happily ever after?
No, it has a pause. So then
It did have a verse. Exactly, just like the other book, right? Spink, Spank, Spinach. The story is finished. That's right. All right, very good. The three silly girls grub. Now, so in both stories, there were three of something, right? In both girls, what else? In both stories, there was something else. What was something that they had to go over?
A bridge.
A bridge. So in this, in one of the stories, Jada, what did the girls do to get over the bridge?
Walk.
They used some special words. They didn't say walk. They said they
Skip.
skippity skip skip. Do you remember what the goats did? Trip, trap, trip. That's right. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, I'm going to wait for everybody's voices so you can hear my directions. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to go find your book, right? Wait. And then you're going to go find your spot at a table where your card is, okay? You're going to do what? Put your card in your book and go to Mrs. Becker and check out your book. Then you're going to go back to the spot where your card was. Boys and girls, I have different building materials out today, okay? Like we've done before. What do you think we might be building today?
A bridge.
A bridge. We're going to be building a bridge. I also have some little characters out there that you can have. I want you to try to get your characters to walk over your bridge. That is your challenge. Use the materials on your table to make a bridge, and then your characters have to be able to walk on your bridge. Okay? Okay. So what are we going to do first? Get a book.
Find your card.
Find your card.
And bring it to Miss Becker.
Bring your book to Mrs. Becker, and then go to your table and get started building a bridge.
Okay.
Thank you, Evelyn.
I didn't bring the book.
That's okay. I'll hold it to you tomorrow. Okay, thanks, Titus.
I want you to make a bridge, and these friends need to cross the bridge. Remember, that's your task today.
This is the bridge.
But what's it gonna, how are you gonna make it a bridge? What could we do to make these sticks into a bridge? I see your brain working. Remember, somebody lived under the bridge, right? So can the bridge be flat on the table? What do we have to do? We have to make it stand up. That's right. So what could we use to make it stand up? Maybe. How do those stand up? Oh, those stand up. But now, can one of my friends cross this?
No.
Oh, yeah, it would fall. So what could we do? How could we solve that problem? Well, we have some other materials. What about these things? What could we do with that? Would these be able to lift something off the ground? Let's pretend this blue is the ocean or the water. Oh. Oh.
Another table. After I build this, I want.
So show me your character going over your bridge. What is your character going to do? Is it going to skip? Is it going to go trip, trap? What's it going to say? Is it? Okay. How are you doing? How are you making your bridge?
I'm making my bread like this. So a full and another full one. I'm gonna put one on the top.
A full and a full one on top?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna put one on this side. I'm gonna put one on the other side. I'm gonna put one.
Okay,
on
I want to
top.
see it. I want to see it. How about you?
I'm making a bridge like this.
Oh.
Mine is going to be skipping.
Yours is going to be skipping. Okay, I want to see it. I want to see these bridges.
But my bridge has a hole. Because remember he was trapped in a hole?
Yeah, how are our Legos doing? Oh, you guys did it all together. Nice.
Pieces of. We haven't.
What can you make it any taller? Could you make your bridge any taller?
I think.
Try it. Try and see. How would that work? Titus, can you make it any taller? I want it not longer. I want it, sure.
And put a different hair.
Taller, not long. There you go. Nice.
Look how better he looks.
Oh, you changed his hair and he looks better. Okay.
is here. He's trick-tracking.
He did it. How is yours coming? She's going to need a character to share to go over her bridge. All right? Remember, sometimes they do fall down, don't they? That's the great thing. Thanks for coming and visiting us today at Chopt Elementary. We hope you enjoyed our lesson. Boys and girls, can we wave goodbye?